Hi, this is Beverly Randolph, and you're listening to Without Your Head Horror Radio.
All right, and we're back, and we're joined by Thom Mathews here on Without Your Head. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. How's everybody doing out there?
Pretty good.
Real good.
Excellent.
Yeah. Now, you've got a lot of roles throughout your career, but we'll probably be talking a lot about Return of the Living Dead in Part 1 and 2, and of course, Friday the 13th, Part 6, which we talked a little bit beforehand. You were the third Tommy Jarvis. Now, did you go back and watch the other two to, kind of find out what the role was all about?
I kind of did my research, sure. I saw all the Tommies and stole nothing from them.
Now, were you a fan of the franchise before you took the role?
I really wasn't, and I actually saw Part 5, which I was just telling you guys how it scared me, because I didn't think it was very good, but I think Tom McLaughlin, who directed it and wrote it, Part 6 did a great job with what he had to work with. I mean, there's so many kills you have to have, and there's so many kills per minute, or 12 minutes, or whatever the formula is for Friday the 13th.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then the cinematography was great, and everything else. He just kind of tied it all together and did made the best film he could under the restraint of, what he had to deal with. So,
yeah,
did a great job.
And yours was the first zombie Jason, because in the first four is kind of all to go together, and he's kind of like this crazy hillbilly character.
Well, yeah, he was, because I brought him back to life.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That truly makes him a zombie.
Now,
he was chasing me.
For you personally, do you think it was scarier as the zombie, or in the older ones when he was just kind of a demented hillbilly?
That's a good question. I guess this earlier ones, that's a hard question for me to answer. I haven't really thought about that.
Mm-hmm.
I think psychologically it's scarier, the initial Jason's, and then he just goes on a tear,
Yeah. I thought the makeup looks really good in Part 6.
Yeah, everyone did a great job on that movie. I was really impressed with it.
Mm-hmm.
Everything.
Let everybody know, too, you're going to be... You go on, sorry?
No, go ahead.
I just want to let everybody know you're going to be at the Famous Monsters Convention, and we'll have all the links, everything right up on the website, but you can go to famousmonstersconvention.com. That's July 9th and 11th. That's this weekend. Indianapolis, Indiana.
I'm taking off tomorrow. I'm heading out to Indiana, so I'm actually packing right now as we're talking.
All right.
Excellent. Do you enjoy these type of conventions?
I just started doing them this year, and it just amazes me, the fan base. I mean, the commitment that the fans have especially towards Return of the Living Dead, because I've seen more tattoos with the logo and the poster art and all the different characters on people's bodies that it just blows my mind.
Mm-hmm.
One of our favorite questions here on the show, what's the strangest thing somebody's had you sign?
The strangest thing, let me think, the strangest thing, I've done, nothing really too strange, actually. Well, you know what, somebody made a doll, I guess, of one of my characters, and I signed that. That was probably the strangest thing. It's one of a kind, and it was at one of those conventions cool. I did this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, was pretty.
Was that the one you have on your Facebook? Because I was going to ask about that because I thought that was really well made.
Yes, that's the one I signed the back of inside the jacket. I don't remember where I signed it.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. But a lot of jackets and hats and stuff, and of course the photos all the time.
Mm-hmm. Was there any?
Was at all.
Was there any reason that you didn't do the conventions earlier?
No, I just had my business. I was running my business and had 3 young children I was taking care of. Mm-hmm. And they're growing up now, so they're getting a little more independent. They don't need daddy around so much, and They're actually asking Daddy to leave, so...
It's not a good feeling, is it?
Hey, get out of here. Stop me off down the street. So that was basically why.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
What was on that doll? What was on the back of the jacket? Because I know there's like two different versions of the jacket in the movie.
FUTK.
Oh, okay. And, you know, I didn't even notice that till I was watching the commentary. You know, that was that hard? Was that kind of annoying to do like the scenes twice with the two different jackets?
No, not really. No, wasn't hard at all.
Yeah,
I'm a professional. Don't forget that.
Exactly. We're gonna have to do the interview tonight twice, just so you know.
Yes, okay. We'll do the X-rated version and then the TV version.
Exactly.
No problem, motherfuckers. that's the X-rated version.
Uh-huh.
So if you get the uncut version of this interview,
there you go.
That will be included.
It'd be worth a lot more.
That's what we all want, is the uncut version.
The director's cut.
Did you keep any of the jackets or anything from the set?
You know, I have, the one thing I do have is, the prosthetic where they throw the acid in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I still have the acid burned eyeballs. Not the eyeballs, but the thing they placed on my eyes to make it look like I had acid thrown on them. So I still have that. I have a bunch of pictures which I bring to conventions, private stuff, and some call sheets which people seem to be interested in. You know, of any particular day.
Mm-hmm.
And I have the script, of course, and you know, a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Was it hard to see?
I didn't steal any of the wardrobe, if that's what you're alluding to.
We're about ready to turn you in.
The wardrobe police will be knocking on my door.
John?
I was just going to ask you if it was hard to see through that prosthetic they had over your face. And
No, not at all. Not
okay.
too bad.
Didn't know if you were shooting those scenes blind or what.
Yeah, no, I'm not. We went blind. They stabbed at my eyeballs. Those are fake eyes in Friday the 13th because that came after Return of the Living Dead.
Before you started doing the conventions, did you keep in touch with any of the cast?
You know, I was running to. Jimmy Karen and I are still good friends. So I talked to him, you know, several times, 6, 7, 8 times a year. We have the same birthday, so November 28th, we both celebrate our birthday on the same day. I'm a lot older than he is, so, you know, we just say it's the same birthday, so that's kind of fun. And I would run into Beverly every now and again. We would keep in touch. Mm-hmm. And then Brian Packer with we have some mutual friends in Hollywood.
Yeah, Beverly actually told us that she went on a date with you before Return of the Living Dead. How'd that go?
She did. That was second base.
You knew my follow-up question.
It was part of research, guys. Okay. Mm-hmm. And in the movie, we're newly dating. You know, we haven't been dating that long, so as you could tell, still young, wide-eyed and bushy-tailed.
When we had Brian Peck on, I think it was Brian Peck. He mentioned that everybody, the whole cast, they were thinking about doing a direct sequel at some point in time, kind of bypassing the other sequels and the sequel right off the original one. Have you ever heard anything about that, and would you be interested in it?
He kind of mentioned something, I think at the last convention, but, I'll try and get some clarification at the Famous Monster Convention over the weekend to find out exactly what he has in mind. Because he's directing now, he's directed a couple of things, and so I wonder if he wants to direct it and write it. Who knows?
Yeah. Would it be, if you like the idea of it, would it be something you'd want to do?
Oh, it could be a hoot. Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Speaking of who, what was Clu Gulager like? He always seemed like a pretty
What
good
a pain in the ass that guy. Jesus Christ. Are you kidding me? He just, at the time, I love Flu now. I've got to know him a little bit better. But at the time, he was, I just felt like he didn't want to be there.
Yeah. You think he felt like he was kind of above doing a horror movie, or just wasn't something?
Yeah. It was just a job for him.
Mm-hmm.
He did a great job, and he has his own process, which sometimes affects everybody else. But he did a great job. He's a great actor.
Yeah. They mentioned that he threw a punch at Dan O'Bannon during the filming of that.
I never saw that.
Mm-hmm.
I did see him throw something though. In Dan's direction.
It didn't hit him though.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, what did you think? What did you think of Dan O'Bannon?
Dan was great. He treated me really, really well. Really well. I think he kind of, I don't know, if he was younger and would have cast himself, he would have cast himself in my part.
Oh, okay.
I always kind of felt that. He kind of took me under his wing, and it was a great experience.
Mm-hmm. John?
Yeah, I was just wondering if there was any explanation why they had you in Return of the Living Dead Part 2. You died in the first one. I didn't really...
what it was? I found that it was a huge hit over in Japan, so they wanted us to come back. I think that was the only reason.
Well.
That was the only reason. It had nothing to do with I don't even know because it doesn't make sense that anybody came back at all.
Yeah. Well, I guess you guys all played different characters. You even kind of mentioned the movie.
We did.
Did you guys think that was odd, or did anyone maybe we should just say these guys lived?
I thought all of Part 2 was odd, actually.
Yeah. I would say I mentioned with when we had Brian Peck on, because when you hear anybody talk about the first one, it seems like Dan O'Bannon, pretty much the whole cast are really they're really passionate about the movie, and I think you can see that in the movie. Then when you listen to the commentary of the director for the second one, it seems like he doesn't really, he just kind of says outright, he's like, I don't really care about this movie. Did you have that feeling when you were making it?
That he didn't care about. It just wasn't my. I just didn't get along.
Mm-hmm.
And you can be talented and mean or annoying, but you can't be untalented and mean and annoying.
Right.
It just doesn't work.
You have to be able to back it up anyway.
Yeah, just the whole. Plus the sky. I don't know what they were trying to. I don't know what they were going for on the second one. To tell you the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what made the first one so great was the humor came out of the situation. They weren't commenting on the humor.
Yeah.
And, it was. That's what made it so funny.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You laughed at the situations they were in, not because somebody was dancing or making a joke or going for the joke.
Yeah.
I don't. Oh, you say, John?
There's a lot of comedic aspects in all the horror films that you were in. Did you enjoy that side of it?
Yeah, I do. I think you kind of need that to kind of in any movie to let the intensity down, drop your guard, and then boom, you him again. With the whatever it is, whether it's a psychological thriller or horror film or whatever.
I know on the commentary they talk about they thought you and James Caron, you guys were kind of going over the top when they were filming it, and they heard you guys scream.
Part 1 or Part 2?
In Part 1.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't once they saw the finished project. But at the time, did any of the other cast members say what are you guys doing? Going so crazy?
Not that I remember. Not in front of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just some of the extras, maybe, but we fired them, so we can forget about them.
Get rid of that extra.
Yeah.
No, it's funny because we rehearsed for 2 weeks, so we're doing exactly what Dan wanted us to do. He didn't,
Mm-hmm.
that was a great part, too. It was really helpful because we didn't have a lot of film, so we had to, make the best of the film that they had, I guess.
Yeah.
There's a lot of one takes. There's a lot of one shots. If you look at the wide shots, there's not really a lot of coverage on some of the shots right in the middle of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't do any coverage. That's where they punch in and do a close-up, someone's reaction or someone saying a line or something.
Yeah. Is there anything about it, do you think, that why people remember it so fondly, why it's held up so long?
I thought, because they had a tribute, Dan died, so they had a tribute and they showed the movie again, and we just recently saw it on the big screen here in Hollywood, and it really does hold up. It's just amazing. I think what makes it such a classic is, you actually find out why they want to eat the brains, and it stops them from decaying. It's like a heroin, I guess, that stops the pain from dying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like, because most of the zombie films, there's no reason. It's just they come back and they just want to eat everybody.
They're just chewing people. But now we know their motivation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then if you look, they're, that's good. I hear the quote all the time, the zombies eating brains and stuff, so it kind of says an impression. I think also that the humor fact in it also, played really nicely in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And people remember that, so it kind of, it's a nice memory for everybody.
Yeah. You actually mentioned about the brains. Go on, sorry.
Yeah. No, I was just going to say that. When the quotes when he got out of the freezer and came alive, and we start running around, and then we're cutting off his head. Even when I watched the movie the first few times, I was like, I was like watching and laughing, and it was like the weirdest feelings all at the same time. Turning my head and looking at it because and then laughing at it. I've never experienced it since, and I hope to never again.
But you should make a good point about the brains. Like, everyone always associates zombies with brains, but that's the only movie where they actually eat the brains, and that's pretty impressive that it's like ingrained into people.
Yeah, I know. Even the last Halloween that we had, it was like all over the radio station here in L.A. I think even Knott's Berry Farm out here is doing a knockoff on zombies eating brains and stuff.
Yeah.
It kind of set the precedent for it.
No, I always thought, just one of the most bizarre scenes in it is with the midget zombie. Were you on set for that part?
Yeah. Yes, I was. There were the paramedics. I was just inside. They were, checking my blood pressure and my pulse, and then they went right to that scene where the paramedic goes out to the call more paramedics and closes the door, and there's the guy and spits the brains or whatever he's eating out of his mouth and starts chasing him. So yeah, that was. I actually saw that guy. Gosh, I ran into him. I think he was at one of the conventions.
Really?
Yeah, in the past year.
Huh. I didn't know if he'd be still around. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The first time you saw the movie, did you were you like, do you think it was good?
I thought it was good. I didn't realize it was going to have this kind of impact on the pulp culture that it has had. You know, I tried to get my acting, because I was studying acting at the time. I tried to get my acting coach to go see it, just because of the title. He wouldn't go see it. Yeah, I was studying with him for like 2 years, and I got my first big break in a movie, and I go, "Hey, you can go see it." He goes, "No, I don't think so." Yeah. And then also the T-shirt I wear was from this clothing company that I used to work for. So I cut off the sleeve and wore it in the movie, and I told the guys, the owners of the company, to go see the movie, and they weren't too happy about it either. I think they're out of business now. They blew it.
It's all because
we should have went with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John?
How did you like working with Tom McLaughlin in Friday 13th Part 6?
Great. Everybody was great. It was a great time. Shot that in Covington, Georgia.
Oh, okay.
Covington. It wasn't a whole just outside of Atlanta. There wasn't a whole lot going on out there. The big thing on the weekends for the kids to do is to drive a loop. And the loop consisted of a parking lot and just driving in a circle.
That sounds like a heck of a time.
That was it. Yeah.
I know where I'm going on vacation next.
There you go. Up in Georgia. People out there were great, and a lot of Waffle Houses.
It's good eating.
Yeah. Discovered those. That was fun.
Out of all the horror films...
Tom was great.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Tom was great.
Yeah.
His wife was in the movie. Tony Goldwyn was in the movie. I'm friendly. Bunch of people.
Out of all the horror films that you made, which one did you find like... Oh, I'm sorry.
And I was just going to say, I'm probably going to... They're doing a convention in Houston in August called Camp Blood, and everybody who had anything to do with Friday the 13th, the franchise is supposed to be there, so it should be kind of fun.
Wow.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah, it's neat.
Did you ever talk to the other the people who played your character in the other films?
No.
All right.
Never met Corey?
I actually did meet him. I never talked to him about it, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
What were you trying to ask before, John?
I was just going to ask, which out of all the horror films that you made, which one did you find like you had the best time working on it?
I'd have to say Return of the Living Dead Part 1, the first one.
Okay.
Just so everybody know, the website for Camp Blood, it's txfearfest.com.
Fearfest, gotcha.
Yeah. We'll have the link right. In case you can't spell it, there the link will be right on the website, so you can just click on it. It'd be good to get. But like you said, there's pretty much everybody that's probably still around from all the Friday 13th movies going to be there.
Yeah, it should be fun.
They have the whole lineup on the website, so go everybody check that out. What was what would have been your favorite zombie from Return of the Living Dead?
Oh, it has to be the woman on the gurney. The half corpse.
That's pretty creepy looking.
Yeah.
That still looks awesome.
The spine's bouncing back and forth and just having a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you already gotten into her brain. See what she was thinking. Cool.
Oh yeah. Was it hard to do the makeup scenes for that movie? Was it like time consuming?
Yeah, it was time consuming. You know, you just sit in the chair for a couple of hours every time we put it on.
Yeah.
Especially with the acid in the eye. We did that pretty fast in 2-3 days. But the bruising wasn't too bad, and just the white makeup, and so that we were getting sicker and the progression of that.
One guy we didn't ask about was Don Calfa. What was he like to work with?
Don was great. He's great. He's still great.
Mm-hmm.
See him a lot. He's at the conventions and brings his son out. His son's all grown up, and he was great. Great to work with.
So that guy that had you sign that doll, he didn't give you one?
There was only one.
Oh, all right. I guess we can forgive him for that.
Yeah.
But I actually noticed on the Facebook too. The guy said that he mentioned who makes those. Like not that particular one, but the guy who had it made for him. I guess. So I guess it's possible someone could actually get one made for you.
Yes.
They were so inclined.
Anything's possible, baby.
Well, you can let everybody know, famousmonstersconvention.com this weekend. You can come see Thom Mathews. You can see a lot of people.
Guys, come on out. It should be fun, yeah. Most of the cast and crew, most of the cast from Return of the Living Dead will be there. Mm-hmm. Everyone's all geared up. We're leaving actually tomorrow. We're leaving here tomorrow morning. Flight's at 6:30. So we can make it out there for the show in the afternoon. Mm-hmm. And then we'll be there all weekend.
And we've talked to, a lot of the cast members, and all of them are really cool people. Always a lot of fun to talk to. Mm-hmm. So anybody out there, go see it.
Who's the coolest?
Who's the coolest? Oh, I think that would definitely be Thom Mathews.
All right. Yeah, I heard you say the same thing to Brian Peck.
Oh, man. You've got
Tom.
Well, you do have one over all of them because you're my neighbor in Farmville.
Oh, that's true. I know, I'm thinking of that goddamn thing.
I was very happy about that because John's always giving me, making fun of me for playing it. I was like, Thom Mathews plays it. He's my neighbor.
24 million people, man. Come on.
I might have to start.
It's all about the Mafia Wars. Come on, guys.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, I've only got 24 hours in a day. But yeah, a bunch of my friends at the Mafia Wars, and keep sending me, trying to get me to join, but can't do it. I'm already addicted to Farmville.
It's fun.
So Neil, you got like Tom as a neighbor, and you got like New Jack as like a Farmville.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, we want to thank you for coming on tonight. It's been awesome.
Guys, thanks a lot. Thanks for having me.
This is Brian Peck, Scuzz from Return of the Living Dead, and you're listening to WithoutYourHead.com.